And we start here. Temperatures have plummeted across the country with a series of cold fronts bringing icy weather, rain as well as strong winds. Emergency services have warned residents to be extra cautious when using heaters and fires. The Free State Agriculture Department reports that foul fires are still burning in the Golden Gate area. The Eastern Cape Transport Department says it is currently monitoring roads that are affected by snow, such as the N6 near Jamestown, in Loetsburg Pass on the N9 and the Vaarpadsburg Pass on the R61. Several mountain passes in the Western Cape have been closed due to snowfall, including the Swartberg Pass. Teams are also assisting close to 15,000 residents in the province who have been affected by flooding amid heavy rainfall as well as strong winds. All right, let's now welcome Gift of the Givers project manager, Mr. Ali Sablay, to also give us, some, of course, a calculation as well as recon in terms of how the inclement weather has actually affected the Western Cape. Ali, a very good evening to you as always. Thank you so much for your time. Now, you've had several days of heavy winds and as well as destruction due to some low temperatures out in the Western Cape as well as surrounding areas. So talk to us about what you've currently observed on the ground during your humanitarian efforts and which areas as well as people have been mostly affected.
Thank you for having me. Let me just go back to Friday. Friday morning, in the early hours of the morning, Ward 99 Kalicha had excessive gale force winds. And in a few minutes, close to 1,000 structures has been completely or partially destroyed, leaving 4,000 people displaced. You must remember the strong winds and severe inclement weather was predicted for Sunday. This happened on Friday, so that was already a huge number of 4,000 people being displaced. They are still sleeping out in the open. The National Department of Human Settlements is trying to get them a place of safety. And with that, when we came on Saturday on site in Kalicha, people could not rebuild their homes as there was no material left. All the material blew away or completely destroyed. And yesterday, the first day of the inclement weather, as the rain was pouring down, the calls were streaming in. Major informal settlements, Kalicha, Makaza, Guguletu, Philippi East, Langa, Dunoon, Masipumalele, Inkanini, started calling out to Gift of the Givers. And by the end of last night, we were done with our assessments and planning our humanitarian aid for today. The numbers were 15,000 people that required our assistance. That numbers have thus far increased as more informal settlements have reached out to us. We just received a call early afternoon from the community of Citrusdal, who then informed us they have to evacuate one of the major informal settlements in Citrusdal. They are being currently housed at the Citrusdal Community Hall. Our teams will be visiting the site tomorrow to do humanitarian aid. And then the area of Wuppertal is completely cut off at the moment. There's no goods or any kind of aid going into the area. We are working with the local municipality, with the Western Cape provincial disaster risk management teams to see how we can assist these affected families. So the numbers are increasing by the day, and more informal settlements are calling us for assistance.
So, Ali, if I'm understanding you, you're saying most affected are those people that reside mostly in informal settlements. So maybe take us through who those people, which areas they actually emanate from, and what type of assistance are you actually offering them? And of course, you mentioned that you are currently working with the local municipality disaster teams. Are they also in the area, and what type of assistance are they also affording those that have been displaced?
Just to paint a picture for the viewers, this morning we were called by the Lwantle community leaders. Lwantle is close to Strand. We were in the informal settlement, the water was just above our knees. And as we're walking in the formal settlement, our eyes catch a window where 3 children is looking out of the window because they hear the foreign voices. We then knock on the door, going into the informal settlement, going into the structure. As the children open up the door, you could see everything in the house is soaking wet, food contaminated, water flowing over the bedding. The children are bare feet, shivering from the cold, looking at us with hope. What have we brought for them? The lady informed us that they have not eaten for 2 days because of the food being contaminated. There were 4 children staying in that house, being taken care by the big sister as the mother had to go to work today. I asked them, is this the only clothing you guys have on for this kind of weather? They were bare feet, shorts with a vest on. They then informed them all their whole clothing washed away. They have absolutely nothing. This is just one of the informal settlements we visited, Lawankle and Umzamo. There's many more I can mention. We've received assistance by the disaster risk management teams in assisting us with logistics, in getting into the areas without hindering any operations, in making sure the operations run smoothly. Gift of the Givers teams have been scattered. We split up our teams to ensure in this dire time we reach out to more communities as possible. We've set teams in the major informal settlements around Cape Town. We've set up another team to work on the areas out of the Cape Metropole. So in this critical time, the people are getting aid. We know there's many elderly people. When we visited one site in Guguletu, New Rest informal settlement just an hour ago, when we got into one structure, the lady could not move out of her house. She's weak. She has arthritis. She's 70 years old. She was still lying on the bed while water was flowing over. She then informed us she was too weak to leave a structure, and she's very grateful for the assistance from the community and from NGOs. So our operations, we cannot sit back. Our teams will be working through the night in assisting as many communities as possible. But the major concern at the moment is some of the areas and access routes has been cut off. But coming into the new day, we are very grateful for the assistance of the Western Cape Disaster Risk Management teams and the local municipalities who are working with us in making routes accessible for us to reach the people.
Absolutely, Ali. And speaking of routes, I mean, reports indicate that the Swartberg Pass in Oudtshoorn has actually been closed to traffic. Talk to us about what type of infrastructural damage that you have actually observed during some of your rescue efforts. Are roads still accessible to those areas like the Little Karoo? And who is assisting your efforts as well in terms of removing and assisting those people and getting them to, of course, the places of safety that you have just mentioned? And of course, do you have enough? What more do you still need as the gift of the givers to assist those people? Because, I mean, if you're talking about 15,000 and the number's still climbing, it seems like it's going to be a lot.
Most definitely. We have a permanent team deployed in the Golden Route, experience from the last disaster. We have set up enough supplies for the team on that side to carry through. When the warnings came out, we already sent additional supplies to our teams on that side. They have informed us the Swartberg Pass is closed. The access to Oudtshoorn is limited currently, but we are working with the Golden Route District Municipality if needs be, and people have to evacuate. Once they are placed into shelters, Gift of the Givers then steps in to assist with the humanitarian needs in terms of non-perishable food items, warm clothing, blankets. We are as well on standby to assist the people of Wuppertal, who's completely cut off at the moment. The only, you mentioned if we've seen any damages. There was an incident in Rosenville where the electricity was out for the day due to electricity poles being damaged. We are in communication with the Breeder Valley municipality in terms of assistance needed on that side.
All right.
The main tunnel the Huguenot tunnel has also been closed, but there is access at the moment.
All right. Thank you so much for that update there, Mr. Ali Sablay, Gift of the Givers in Cape Town for us.